Inkling that that was going to be an expensive contract for the city?
I knew that the numbers would be high, and that's why if you look at the disclosures they requested from the city auditor's office to our notes, repeatedly in my notes, it's written, sometimes in red and highlighted, city auditor to calculate, city auditor to calculate, city auditor to calculate, city auditor to give us the number. It's over and over and over in all our notes. It came up at every single meeting. These were some, people don't believe this, these were hard negotiated meetings. No actual number, and I really don't appreciate that, whoever thinks it's funny, because it isn't funny. These are people's lives.
That's right, that's right, that's
Okay,
right.
okay.
Well, I don't think it's funny. People's lives
No
we're talking about.
discussing with the audience, with anybody, please, please.
Chief, what
Counselor,
happened?
if he's going to talk like that, can he be removed?
Yeah, the
He's
sergeant-
talking about
the sergeant-
retaliation. I'm having to have a
Sergeant
neat
is
conversation.
addressing
with you.
him. The sergeant is addressing. I'm going to call for a 2-minute meeting, chief.
No,
2-minute
we're
recess.
ready.
2-minute recess. 2-minute recess, chief. So we're back from recess, so just for the general public to know, that we will, anybody who's sitting in the audience, I will ask that they respect each other, the person at the podium and individuals in the audience. We're here as a city council who's trying to do the right thing for the city. We're getting information from the police chief. He was kind enough to come here and answer questions for this council so that they can make an informed decision going forward. Please respect each other. Thank you. Councilor Saber, you can resume.
Thank you. Counselor, just for the record, that resident was thrown out of the hall and for simply chuckling. I understand this is stressful, but I think that was a little bit of an a little aggressive to remove him. Believe me, I've sat here with people laughing and chuckling and laughing and challenging and trying to intimidate, and no one got thrown out, sitting in the we'll just red. move on. My Look, I'm last not gonna- comment, and again, I already talked about it, but it's really bothering me. I think we owe an apology. We had a resident who chuckled, and the police are trained. You know what? If I was sitting there and I chuckled and the police officer came and stopped, you know what? I'm so frustrated and fed up and stressed out like everyone else is in the city. He had a right, we recessed. He could have vented and he would have stopped and he would have sat there. He should have been given the right to vent, and then he would have stopped instead of being thrown out of here. He's a taxpayer, and he has every right in the world to be upset over what's going on. And I'm just, that's bothering me more than anything else tonight, that we threw a taxpayer out of here. And Chief, you're not gonna like it. You're not gonna like what I'm gonna say. But I sat here at 2 in the morning while one of your captains tried to intimidate me, okay? No one threw him out. And we sat here while people were heckling us, and I was getting heckling. No one threw any of those people out, okay? What do we do? Do we
Counselor, he
call the
wasn't
state
removed for
police?
heckling. He was
Do we
removed for his
call
behavior
do we
when the
call
sergeant went to
state police
speak to him.
come in because we can't have the,
Not supposed to clap.
because we can't have the, yeah, throw him out too.
All right, come on, guys, let's go. Listen, it's a no,
Okay.
no, we
My
gotta get
point
2 hours
is-
on
My
this.
point is enough, okay? I'm all done. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you, thank
Counsel,
you.
may I just say this? Statements were just made that were taken out of context. I never said we wouldn't run out of money. I simply explained to Councilor Eunice that we don't run out of money March 1st. Everyone seems to think the budget will be zero and the whole department's laid
I don't care
off.
if it's February, March, or April. I think what we're all asking, are we
Thank
gonna
you.
run out?
Thank you, thank you. Let's go, because we gotta get to, we haven't even gotten to public participation.
Come on, we got a
Councilors,
major
again,
problem here.
hopefully, the auditor
we do.
will,
they want
you
us
know,
to
when
do
you get
this.
some of those numbers, send it to the
479
council, and they can go from
Prospect
there.
Street, John Saber. You know, the chief was right. The Mediterranean blood, when it boils, and right now, I gotta tell you, my blood's still boiling over what happened. Did any of you hear what Mr. Dugan said? Was he out of line? Was he
So
disruptive?
I'm going to address it. So let me address it once and for all.
I gotta say it,
I'm
though.
sitting here, so
I
let
know,
me
but-
speak. Thank you. I have 9 councils here. We're doing business for the city. Let's just use a scenario of a courthouse and a classroom. But we'll use the city council chambers. We're sitting here, and it's a very tough situation citywide. We're back for our new year, and I believe my goal, and I'm going to address that later in the meeting, is to have productive meetings. The chief was at the podium. Whatever happened between him and the person on the front chair, I was sitting here, but I saw an interaction. I picked up the gavel. I think everybody in the room heard me.
Yep.
Something continued. Again, you're over there, we're over here. Immediately, the sergeant, who's in charge of this hall, actually it's the chief or his designee, to have decorum. Now, if you're in a classroom and you're screaming at the teacher, how long you think you're gonna stay in the classroom? If you're in the courthouse and you're yelling at the judge, how long you think you're gonna be in the courthouse? I heard something, and I have, again, these counselors, the residents in this room, to make sure their safety is had. Like I said, I know Mr. Dugan, but whatever the sergeant did and went over, whether he said, you gotta calm down, if there was words, that's up to him. He is now the law enforcement. A couple of the counselors went in the other room, whatever happened, honestly, it's out of our control at that point. It's between the law and the individual. So, I don't know what was said, but it has to stop, because we are trying to run a government meeting, and that's my goal. So,
Agreed,
that's-
Madam Chair. And I can tell you, a chuckle is not grounds for being thrown out. And we want to talk about decorum. The moment it was broken was when the chief turned and addressed that person. Now, I have nothing against the chief.
Chief, stop.
But the moment he turned,
Yeah.
he broke the rules.
And I hit it, but did the chief stop? Did the chief have to be spoken to? I don't know. I was in the other room. At that point, it is now out of my hand.
I get it.
It is now in the hand of the person who knows rules. I don't know when someone's temper's flying. They are trained. I am not trained. I am here to hear something, see something, and do something. And I did. So I am asking again, what I did not like what happened, but it occurred. And I want to ask that please, when you come here, when you, again, we had teachers and everybody applauding, that's fine. But when it gets to the point of 2 people arguing, I have to stop it. And at that point, it's up to the discretion of law enforcement, because they know what levels are too high. If the chief said anything else, I'm not sure if anybody saw it. Quite honestly, I'm going to make another statement. Councilor Saber, I was not in the room that night. It was pretty late in the morning, and he told me the next day. I said, if you feel that you want me to discuss it with the police chief, I absolutely will, because I deal with things head on. God bless you. However, at that point, he handled it himself, but I would never have tolerated it. Never, not from anyone, from the audience to us, or from us to the audience. So I just want to make that perfectly clear.
Madam Chair, I'm not saying anything against what you did.
I know you-
okay?
I know you're not,
I was
but-
watching the whole situation.
Correct.
I could hardly hear what he said. But what happened was the sergeant poured gasoline on it, with all due respect, okay? And we've seen outbursts before, and not once has anyone been thrown out of here. And it's kind of funny when a person who's speaking against that superior officer contract gets thrown out by a superior officer. It's a black mark. It's the one time I'll say something bad about this police department, because you all know I never have. I have nothing but good things to say about our police department. I think they do great work, but what happened tonight was wrong. And the chief should admit that. That's all I'm going to say about that. I'm going
Thank
to drop
you.
it.
Thank you.
So let's get back to what we're talking about. We are going to take some action. You guys have had 6 or 7 months to handle this problem. And what bothers me the most, what troubles me, is that, who said it, George W. Bush, fuzzy math? Everything is fuzzy math here. Councilor McCarthy sits here and he asks specific questions. What has been spent through January 1st? How is it nobody has an answer of that? If you ask any business owner what they expended on anything, they'll give it to you to the penny. But when it's taxpayers' dollars, nobody seems to know. When you ask what this contract means, everybody has 10 different opinions. I mean, we have a contract that your attorney has said is unenforceable, something that we've been saying for 6 months. It is unenforceable. You guys never funded it. You guys should have taken it to court right away. But here's the problem. We got in trouble with the school department spending $4 million. We didn't know about it till it happened. We know what's happening now. We need to stop it. I don't understand how the chief can say level funding will solve everything. How do you have level funding, but yet there have been increases in pay? Does anyone know how that works? I mean, again, it's fuzzy math. So we, the taxpayers, we're organized. We are going to file a suit here if we need to do so. It's our right. And if you guys can't take action, if you guys can't get our finances under control, we're going to do it. Because it's our tax money, it's our property values that are taking the hit. We all got our tax bills. I can tell you personally, my tax bill went up over $300. In the past 4 years, it has gone up over $300 every year. Almost $1,300 in 4 years. Now, I have no problem with my taxes going up because my property value goes up, but when our property values are going up and you increase the tax rate as well, and we're bringing in far more money, why are we still at a deficit? We should have surpluses. And at some point, our taxes are going to be so high where it's going to crumble because our properties will be worth nothing. Who's going to want to come to Methuen and have a tax bill of $10,000, $12,000, $15,000 when they can live anywhere and pay that? Our futures are in your hands. And I hope you guys hold strong on the 1.8 million, but I'm telling you now, we're organized and we are going to take action. Thank you.
Thank you.